That's not it. What it is you just tried a crazy move. You tried a crazy move. You tried a jumping roundhouse kick. And when you're in that position, when you throw that jumping roundhouse kick, if you don't land in a good way with a supporting leg, you put so much pressure on that knee. The way he landed, he threw the kick, he jumped up, he threw it, and he landed his knee in the worst position.
I was expecting at least a one-round war. Who knew what Conor was capable of as far as cardio or whatever else after a 5-year layoff? And there you go. I mean, we're assuming blown ACL. I'm no doctor, but that's what I figured when I saw it, and doctors think the same thing too.
They'll exchange with him and he'd shoot in. What's happened? Oh my God, McGregor's done already? Well, he's finished. The new boy is in town. The main man's here. Know what I mean? I can become the face of the organisation now. But, yeah. Great, what a performance from me. Don't want to blow smoke up my own ass, but what a performance.
Was Conor McGregor already injured before he ever stepped inside the octagon? Or was UFC 329 simply one of the most heartbreaking freak accidents in MMA history? That's the question dividing the entire sport right now. What was supposed to be the biggest comeback of McGregor's career lasted barely a minute before everything came crashing down, leaving millions of fans stunned, Joe Rogan and the MMA world searching for answers, and social media exploding with theories about what really happened. Some fans believe there were warning signs before the fight even began.
Can you process what unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, I had the man weak in the knees, I guess. So, all jokes aside, I just hope he's good. I know Conor been battling some stuff. Looked like he really been changing. He found God. He had his kids in there. So, during the fight, you could obviously tell his demeanor changed, And I was, shout out to the ref. I was trying to tell the ref sooner, this guy's kids is front row, I don't want to see him take unnecessary damage, trying to stop the fight. But this is how crazy Conor is. The first time he's on the ground, I was punching him. He's like, fight. I was like, okay. That's why I backed up. I said, stand up there. Let's fight. And then he fell back down, and then the fight was called.
Conor McGregor starts the fight. He's got a fucking mohawk. Why not? And what does he start the fight with? I predicted it would be a spinning back kick to the body. No, he starts the fucking fight with a lunging, jumping switch kick to the head on Max Holloway, steps in, and remember, steps off of that bad leg, because there's a whole bunch of conspiracies about what this actually was. Steps in from that bad leg, jumps himself up off of his front one, and switches into a high kick attempt, which comes very close to landing on Max Holloway's face, by the way. Lands on this leg here. The fight's basically over, dude.
Towing now what looks to be a potential ACL one. At what point do you think that you should listen to your body and call it?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly. I do feel that way, but it's the guys that start saying, I've been thinking about retiring. And, the minute you start talking or thinking about retiring, you absolutely positively should. I haven't heard that from him yet, but, he hasn't spoke publicly yet. We'll see what he has to say.
And if he comes out and says, look, I want to run it back, will you guys be open to that?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. There's a lot of unanswered questions right now that will play out over the next several days, and that's why I don't come into these things and start, talking about the future. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, tomorrow, and Monday, and then we'll get back in the office on Tuesday.
While others insist it was nothing more than terrible luck, McGregor has now broken his silence, insisting the injury came out of nowhere, but that hasn't stopped one of the biggest debates the UFC has seen in years. So, was this simply an unavoidable injury, or is there far more to this story than meets the eye? The return of Conor McGregor was supposed to be one of the biggest nights in UFC history. Years of anticipation, months of preparation, and countless debates all led to one moment, only for everything to unravel almost instantly. Instead of witnessing one of the sport's most anticipated rematches, fans were left watching McGregor sitting against the cage in agony after suffering a devastating leg injury that abruptly ended the contest against Max Holloway.
Messi?
He hit his leg already. Oh! Hit his leg already.
Conor McGregor?
Did he just hurt his leg already?
Did Conor McGregor hurt his leg?
You're not good about you risky doing that stuff, bro.
He said he's gonna play this.
Oh, shit.
McGregor back to his 30 seconds.
Flipping around a bit on the mat.
Holloway's looking at the referee. Because the referee is injured. Mike Belshot says keep working. It's so weird that Steve Ballmer never shot like that. Yeah, not good. Every time he rolls, like there's something wrong with his leg. And it's that leg.
Yeah, it's his bad leg.
Is it the same one? Is that it? Are you serious? Are you serious?
What? Both legs went, I swear.
It's just, and especially because Max was moving, so he's adjusting. So as he's throwing the kick in the air, Max is moving, and then it makes him land even more screwy.
I was telling John, it's like this whole thing, right? You watch it at home, and you go, wow, it looks pretty cool to be in there. But to be in there, it's like every single bad thing you could ever experience in your life just like shot into you.
Yeah. It was a heartbreaking conclusion that nobody inside the arena or watching around the world wanted to see. Almost immediately, the conversation exploded across the MMA world. Fans, analysts, and former fighters all began asking the same question. How did this happen?
It's like an adrenaline rush that's can't compare to anything. You could jump out of a plane, you could climb a mountain, you could do all that. It will never feel like walking through the crowd to an arena of 20,000 people with another man standing there that wants to beat you.
Yeah.
And when you've been away from that for so long and you come back in there, it's like you're shot out of a cannon. So you see these guys that have been going for a long time do things that doesn't make sense. And I think that's what happened to Conor.
Just a few seconds in and McGregor's leg is completely fucked. He's torn his ACL. They're saying it might be a meniscus tear, is what the doctor's saying. He scurries around like this. He gets back up. He looks to throw a head kick. And the guy fucking falls down on his leg yet again. His right leg just completely gives way. I don't know if a second titanium shin bone is going to save this. Holloway's on top beating him up. McGregor's trying to throw up kicks. I'm thinking disaster has struck. He goes for a left hand on Holloway. And again, McGregor's down on his fucking knees. Oh, what a horrible result. And I say it again, even if you hate McGregor, dude, you didn't even get to see Max Holloway beat the shit out of him. I called Max Holloway winning by TKO. I saw it coming. Call me a bad main event predictor now, folks.
You know what? I'll say this. Commiserations to Conor McGregor. And also commiserations to Max Holloway. And commiserations also to all of the fans. The fever around this fight was insane. It really was. And I can only imagine all these people from all over the world that spent money, that put it on the credit cards, that took out loans, that flew to Las Vegas and bought tickets. And for the main event to end like that was such a disappointment. It really was. Now, I said it on the post-fight show that it might be the last time Conor McGregor ever.
Some fans pointed to moments during fight week and speculated that McGregor may have been carrying an issue before the opening bell. Others argued there simply isn't enough evidence to support that theory, and that injuries like this can happen in an instant inside the octagon. At this stage, those claims remain speculation, but they have become one of the biggest talking points surrounding UFC 329.
I've got one eye. I've got no knees. I've got fake knees. I live in constant neck pain. I have a deformed wrist. You can see that there. And that's just the beginning of my injury. This sport is a tough sport. Okay, it is one of the toughest sports on the planet, but it's also one of the best and one of the most rewarding. And Conor McGregor's had an incredible career. What he's done for this sport really is incredible. The fever around Las Vegas this week was wild. The excitement for Conor McGregor coming back after all this time, 5 years away from the sport, after breaking his leg, was at an all-time high, okay? But we know what happened. If you're watching this right now, you know what happened. You know what happened. He went out there, he threw a jumping, flying kick, lost the fight. And it's a shame. It is a shame. Conor McGregor's lived a great life. He's still living a great life. He has earned a ridiculous amount of money. But it's a shame for the fans. It's a shame for Max Holloway. And it's a shame for Conor McGregor. When you consider what he has done for this sport, and I'm not a Conor McGregor fanboy, Far from it. Far from it. But you can't deny the impact that he's had on this sport.
Joe Rogan was among those discussing just how devastating the ending was. Like many across the MMA community, the biggest disappointment wasn't necessarily who won or lost. It was that the fight ended before either man had the opportunity to truly settle into the contest. After years of waiting for McGregor's comeback, fans were left without the answers they'd been waiting for. McGregor has since responded publicly, completely rejecting the idea that he knowingly entered the fight injured. In a statement posted after the event, he explained that he had been kicking, planting, and moving normally throughout training camp and even backstage before making the walk to the octagon. According to McGregor, the injury came out of nowhere, describing the situation as one of the darkest moments of his entire career. That statement immediately shifted the debate, with many fans reconsidering their original theories while others continued questioning whether something had happened that simply hadn't been detected beforehand. Now the biggest question becomes, what happens next?